Hello, in a Good Company podcast. Anna Maros Kitzman here with weekly dose of inspiration, motivation, thought provocation, all with the goal for you and me to have the most fulfilling, the most aligned, the most juicy life. Whatever I learn along the way that helps me, expands me, grows me, heals me, I want to share here with you. Anybody who does the same thing for me, guess what I bring here to share with you. Okay, today, shorty but goodie. On the beginning of 2026, I shared this 13 lessons of 2025, which is really 13 lessons of last 5 to 10 years. And I just did a brief list in my post. And so here I'm going to go deeper into each lesson. And we are going to talk about it a little bit more. So today is one I really love. It took me for freaking ever. Even that my dad told me since I was really little about it. But it took me forever. And I learned it several years ago, but I think it's finally landed for me. And it's this idea of not forcing, but allowing. And my God, between my Capricorn nature of climbing, of pushing, like a goat. By the way, I didn't know that Capricorn is like a half goat, half fish, which is another duality in my life, but that's another story. Between that, growing up since I was like really 10, being very independent, very self-sufficient, needed to figure out things by myself, make things happen for myself a lot, which is a great talent and great thing to have, but also, on some level, RAV like makes you like push for things and force things. And, it's on you to make things happen. And then also adding to the mix a little trauma, growing up with one parent, slightly emotionally available, narcissistic, that never was available, always fighting for that love, for that connection, for that wanting that needed to do stuff, constantly push for it. That whole mix, I think, made me a person that was just always in life, just pushing, like forcing in my career, in my work, in my relationships, in my friendships. Like I was just always like pushing for things because I think that's what I needed to do, right? Like it won't happen if I don't push for it. And really several years ago, I just tap in and after therapy and after kind of connecting all the dots for myself and just being tired, because when you push constantly, life feels hard and because you're pushing, right? So I really started tapping into this other side and learning to let things go, to allow things to come through me, to me, to allow things to unfold for me, to co-create. Because really that's the most amazing point of it. When we don't force and allow, we but we co-create with the universe, with God, whatever you believe with others, right? It's this idea of not lying on the couch and doing nothing, but it's this idea of, okay, putting things out there, taking action, taking gentle action, taking some kind of action, and then allowing the outside, the universe, the people, the whatever it is, the God to respond to you. And it becomes this like beautiful dance versus this, forceful way of approaching things. And I think also this idea of, hard work. I think it's like the biggest freaking lie that was sold to us, that hard work, it needs to be hard to be valuable. Like definitely work needs to be put into it, right? Practice. Like you don't become great piano player overnight, right? But it also doesn't have to be forceful. And when we say, excuse me, hard work, it feels like a force, right? Like hard work. It doesn't have to be hard, especially that when we tap in and we do what we are passionate and love, it's not really a hard work. It's almost like a play, right? That's why I sometimes feel like now that it's like a lot of my life is like a play, because everything I do now, it's very not forced and very aligned with me. So I still work a lot of hours. I still do a lot of things, but it's not like hard, harsh work forced, right? It's not only this dance, but when you are aligned and when you do it feels different. So that probably was also in the mix, this hard work. Oh my God, I need to work hard to achieve something. Slight lie. And what else? So definitely it's funny because when I really started more of allowing, and like a great example of it is lately, I was like, okay, I know I practice and I learned from amazing teacher from China and Philippines how to like heal energy and work with energy that way. But I want to kind of read it more. I want to advise businesses. I want to advise people on decisions in life and be guidance for them and I want to learn how to do it. And I was just like, I want to find a teacher. I want to find a good teacher who is good at it, who is a great energy, who is like I'm vibing with. And literally within 2 weeks, I didn't do like much research. Somebody popped up in my orbit and it's an amazing teacher and I'm studying with her now. And it's like this idea, you know what I mean? It's like I didn't take action. I was like, I want to look for a teacher and I was on the lookout for it. But then I also allow outside to deliver to me. And then I did more research on her, see, if she's really somebody that I want to learn from. And yeah, and so what I'm showing you, it's kind of like there is a initial action and then there is a response from outside, allowing things to come through, and then we may take more action, right, and do more. So it's not like a forceful thing. And I, for so many years, I was just like really had this idea of forceful, that I have to like make things happen, so push them, because otherwise they won't happen. And also what interesting comes through in that is that sometimes when we even, when we push for things and they don't happen, it's actually a gigantic blessing, because you know what I like to say, every rejection is protection, is redirections, is a blessing, right? Like if something, I used to think that, oh my God, I got rejected from this job. And it's like, oh my God, and this is really what I wanted to do. And it's like, no, it was a protection for me. It was redirection. Go somewhere else. It was really, by the end of the day, a blessing. So when we sometimes force things and they don't happen, it's also a signal to us, right? And then things also happen much more easier when we don't force them and just take gentle and flow, align with heart, align with soul, action, and then allow the rest to respond, and allow this co-creation, right? Because then life becomes this dance with the universe, with God, with others, versus this like forceful pushing ahead. What else coming up about that? And going back to my dad, he was always telling me when I was a kid, like, nic na siłę. Aniu, nic na siłę. Aniu, nic na siłę. I remember it to this day, which means like in straight translation, it means Anya, Anna, nothing with force, nothing with force. Literally on my childhood, and it was like to like opening things. I was always forcing things, or like in life in general. In life, he was telling me that, and I never listened to it. And I was like, oh my God, I feel like I should tattoo it on my on myself. Nic na siłę, because I heard it so much when I was growing up. Yeah. So where do you in life force things? Where you push? Where you not allow the God, the universe, others to respond, and you are just like stubborn and just like, oh, it needs to happen, it needs to happen this and this way, and it needs to be that person, and it needs to be that company, and it needs to be that project. Open up, allow, put the intention, put the small action, put the gentle action, put the align heart, soul action out there, and then allow the rest to respond, allow things to come through for you, right? Allow for this co-creation. That's what was coming for me, and kind of, I think like I wrapped up this lesson. I think it's hardly ever I now force things. I just like to co-create. And that's it, I think, for today. Should we go to ads? My favorite segment, OneTreePlanted.org. Plant tree with me. Whenever you want in the world, one tree, $1. You can send trees as a gift. I love that idea. And what else about them? Wait, yeah, it's just like such a great organization. I just really, really love it. I have automatic planting trees every month for my family. 4 trees each month. Why not? I feel like I should up it. But it's just like a small thing we can do, right? And then the next one is my breath work every Saturday, Sunday, tiny space to breathe in Avondale, Pulaski at 10 a.m., 45 minutes of breathing to expand your consciousness, to heal, to grow, to improve your creativity, communication. So many freaking things happen in these breath work sessions. I just love it. I love doing those. And then I'm just so excited to announce it, but also so scared, because people always think that I'm completely flying off the handles. But as I mentioned, this teacher who taught me how to read energies. So now Besides healing energies, I also can read some stuff from your future or from, whatever issues in your business or in your life you are dealing with. And I can help you guide in that way. And it's a beautiful technique and I love it. And I really like it because, healing, energetical healing takes a lot of my energy. It's very, very draining. And here I kind of combine what I learned before. And this is more like lighter and just such a fun thing to do. I had already several sessions and it's just amazing what comes through from people I don't know. And then you say something and they're like, no way. No way, and it's just also this idea of, it's not like, I'm medium psychic. It's really to like working with and reading people's energy. And sometimes they always say like, oh my God, it comes up for me so many times lately. It's like, we know. And sometimes we need this third person that don't know anything about it to bring it yet again to our attention. We're like, okay, if this person that doesn't know me still brings it up for me, then I will take an action. So sometimes we need this additional push. So sign up in the link below on my website. Until the next time, love and light, slightly bit of shadow. Let's not chase validation and definitely not push, not force, but allow. Not siłę.